John here, learningguitarnow.com, and in this lesson, I want to show you how to play a really slow blues. It's more of a rockin' style, has some elements taken from Warren Haynes, some ZZ Top style, and a little bit of my own style thrown in as well. The solo also takes place over the high dynamic section of a slow blues. It's in the key of G, and I think it's a great solo to learn for the beginner intermediate skill level player. We'll go ahead and take a look at the first couple of licks for free, and if you would like access to the full lesson, the interactive tab and backing track, check out the All Access Pass. When you become an All Access Pass member, you'll also gain access to all the courses that I've created at Learning Guitar Now, as well as all the video podcasts, full lesson, tab, and backing track. Let's go ahead and start this lesson. Okay, so the tone that I'm getting, I'm just using the Les Paul. I got the neck pickup cranked to 10, the tone cranked to 10. I'm running through a 1966 Fender Vibrolux. There's no pedals, and the amp is on about 8, and just a little bit of reverb, and that's it. So with the Fender amp and this guitar here, you get a really nice overdriven sound. I like the sound of the neck pickup. It just sounds like it's a little bit over, like about to explode or something. The bass kind of craps out a little bit. I'm also running through a 2-note capture and using a IR that I created with the Vibrolux. So the amp is not actually producing any sound out of the amp directly. It's all running into Studio One using 2-note software and my IR that I created from the Vibrolux using an AEA ribbon microphone. Okay, now I'm going to break this solo down for you into 7 separate licks. Once again, this is played in the key of G, and we're starting on the bar before the 12 bars starts over again. So we're going to be playing over the high dynamic section. This solo is an example of what you would play over a more high dynamics part of a slow blues solo. So we're at the turnaround section, and the last bar where we're going G to D to 12/8 blues. So we'd have G 1 2 3 4 5 6 D 7 8 9 10 11 12, that section. So lick 1 sounds like this. So that is lick number 1, and like I said, we're starting before the 12 bars starts on the last bar from the G to the D section. We're doing this lick. I'm doing a small little rake. This is located in the first minor pentatonic position, key of G right here. That little section. So on the G string, raking to that note. Easy lick. Bend up the 5th fret on the G string, put it down, 4, then 3, 5. Then we're sliding into that 7th fret of the G string. And right when I slide into that 7th fret of the G string, the D chord is happening. There is no rhythm guitar, but that's where the bass is hitting, is that D chord right there. And so that's a D note, pretty basic. Now I'm going to switch up to the B.B. King position in the key of G, and that's going to be located right here on the 9th and 8th fret. 8th fret on the B string with your first finger, that's the key we're in. That's always going to be your root note, B.B. King position, first finger, G note right here, 8th fret. So we have this right before the 12 bars start, and right when the next bar comes around, our downbeat of the 1 chord, the G, we're going to bend up that 10th fret here, and we're only going to bend it up to that minor third. let that hang for 6 counts, playing a 12/8 blues here. You can also count it 4/4, but you know, in this section right here, I like to count it in 12/8 because we got the bends lasting and sustaining for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That little section. Easy to count the bends there. And then when the 4 chord happens, the C chord will play this little phrase. Just a really melodic phrase, and I like doing these kind of phrases over a slow blues, especially over the higher dynamic section, because it sounds more melodic instead of just playing riffs like. You know, that's a lot of fast kind of playing, and then it's real staccato. But when you get to the higher dynamic section of a 12-bar blues, sometimes you want to lay back, play more bends, let things sustain, and try to create more of a melodic sound. That's what I like to do. Vibrato, that 8th fret, our root note here, B.B. King position. And that's pretty much it for lick 1. Just starting off the higher dynamic section with a little bit of a melody, adding some longer bends and sustain here. Okay, so that's lick number 1. Okay, lick 2 sounds like this. Okay, so that's lick number 2. Pretty simple little lick here, but a lot of attitude. You hear B.B. King doing this kind of thing. And I'm playing this more of a Warren Haynes rock style. I got these 2 little pickup notes that happen before the 1 chord comes back in. So I got 9, 8, G string, B string, staying in that B.B. King position. And then I'm going to bend up that 10th fret of the high E 3 frets to give me the flat 7 interval. So you got that note. In the B.B. King position, you can use that 10th fret here, the bottom high string, to get a major 6 sound, which would be. Then you can get that flat 7 interval sound, so, which sounds more a little bit more dominant 7th style blues because you're using flat 7th interval. And then you got major. A little bit different sound. B.B. King does that all the time. Pull it down in vibrato. Now I'm going to pre-bend. This is a classic Warren Haynes style move. Use a rake, pre-bend. But I'm only going to pre-bend it to the minor 3rd here, the 11th fret of the B string. Pull it down, release to the 8th fret, pull off. Then strike it. So it's a pretty, not too many notes with this lick, but there's a lot of attitude in it. Very simple, really, but it's a little bit more complicated to execute if we're not used to doing the rakes, the pre-bends, and releasing, pulling down, vibrato, overbending 3 frets. It's just one of those classic kind of B.B. King, Warren Haynes style blues rock licks. Okay, so that is lick 2. Okay, well that does it for this lesson. Like I mentioned previously, if you would like access to the full lesson, the tab and the backing track, check out the All Access Pass. All right, I'll see you next time.